Well, hey gang, how you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, and this is going to cover the fishing action for the 13th through the 23rd of December 2020. Before I go any further, hope you're doing well, hope you're enjoying the holidays, all things considered, hope you're taking care of each other, hope you're being good, and let's talk about some fishing, okay? Tell you what, there's really not much to tell you about. This is the off season. You know, I keep repeating it over and over, but you know, November to about April, those winds come up out of the north. They blow really hard. You can never tell which days they're going to be blowing and which days they're going to be calm. We could have 1, 2, 3 great days, and then all of a sudden we have a whole week where we can't even get out, or if we get out, you get blown off, or even some days where, like the last couple of weeks, we've had a couple days where the port captain actually shut down all boating activities. No boats were allowed to come out, no boats were allowed to go in, so the waters were empty. Not much we could do. It blows all the way down the Sea of Cortez during these months, so that's why it's off season. It can be really rough out there. It's a great time to be in town, don't get me wrong. This is why all the sunbirds are in. You know, temperatures in the low to mid 70s, nighttime temperatures high 50s, low 60s. Nothing wrong with that. Beers are cold, but the only ice you're going to see is going to be in a margarita glass. So folks coming from colder areas are really loving being in La Paz right now. And I'll tell you what, they're adding new flights, and that's really what the biggest story is. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first, real quickly, let me tell you about the fishing. We did get out a few days. There's still some warm water out there, and that means we've still got pelagic species. There's still some marlin running around. We're still seeing some wahoo. I keep hearing there's some tuna over by Cerralvo Island. Well, we've been hearing that all year. Haven't really had, I mean, in the 20-something years I've been in La Paz, this is the first year we really have not seen any tuna. The whole world is wacky. The weather's wacky. The fishing's wacky. We keep hearing reports that there's tuna around Cerralvo Island, but they're moving really, really fast. They're not sticking around. They're not chewing on any of the baits. They're not eating anything. They've got their own agenda. They're moving on. Can't get into them. But anyway, like I said, there's still some warm water around, even though these winds are blowing and starting to cool things down. Air temperatures are going down. Water temperatures are decreasing as well. But there's still some patches of warm water. And that means, like I said, there's some tuna running around, although we haven't caught any. There's still some marlin being that we're seeing as well. There's wahoo over at the south side of Cerralvo Island. But the big indicator that there's still some warm weather and some warm water is that there's still some dorado around. Still some nice little pods of free swimmers, as well as some schoolie size fish, you know, 5 to 10 pounders, but some bigger fish in the 15 to 20, 25 pound category. So if you happen to get one of those days, one of those windows of opportunity where the winds aren't blowing so hard and it's comfortable to be out there, and you can find bait, because when the winds are blowing, it's real tough to find that live bait that we need to catch these fish. But if you get into one of those nice windows, there's some fish to be caught. And inshore, there's pargo, there's cabria, there's snapper, there's jack crevalle, there's bonita. So there are fish to be caught. You just really, if you're coming down, I know most folks that are coming down this time of year, they're coming down for 2, 3, 4, 5 days. They're really only looking for 1 day of fishing. So if you're coming down, whether you're fishing with us or not, or someone else, listen, if it's weather related and there's a cancellation, nobody's going to give you a refund. So take a look, be flexible on the days you can fish. And that way, at least for us, I watch the weather all the time. I look at an extended forecast and I try to see which days are going to be more compatible, more convenient, certainly a lot more comfortable for fishing. So at least I can give you an idea. Like, for instance, just this morning I looked at the extended forecast, and out of this coming week, there's really only about 2 days where the wind's going to be blowing less than 10 knots out of the north. The other day it's going to be blowing 15, 20, 25 knots. I don't even want to be out there. I'd rather be sitting on the beach. I can put my toes in the sand. I can have a margarita and a taco and still enjoy my time in La Paz. So be flexible. Talk to us. We'll look at the extended forecast. We'll let you know what better days are good for fishing. And so be flexible is what I'm saying. Anyway, let me tell you about the big exciting news. If you hadn't already heard, for the first time, and you know, I didn't realize it'd been this long. It's been 14 years since we've had direct flights from the United States into La Paz. Before that, the different airlines tried different things, and it just really wasn't working. We're not a tourist destination. We're not Cancun. We're not Puerto Vallarta. We're little old friendly La Paz. So there's just not been a lot of tourist activity. So there has been no direct flights in now 14 years. I can't believe it's been that long. So mostly 99% of everyone coming in has been flying to Cabo San Lucas. And flights are good. Flights are cheap. As a matter of fact, there's so many people coming to Cabo right now, despite the COVID pandemic and whatever you may think about border closings. they actually had almost 2 million people show up in Cabo last month. They've increased to something, American Airlines alone has increased to something like, I believe, 13 flights, direct flights into Cabo San Lucas now, and they're adding more flights. And that's the exciting thing, is that American Airlines just started this week. Take a look at some of these photos. This is the first flight coming into La Paz Airport. They started this week. They're flying from Dallas and they're flying from Phoenix. Those are major hubs for folks to come down, so it's going to be a lot more convenient instead of flying to Cabo, which is nice and good, and Cabo's great, but then you have that 3-hour van ride, and part of the fun of riding with us is our van rides. We stop for tacos and tamales. We have a good time coming up. But 3 hours, 4 hours is still 3 or 4 hours added to an already long travel day. So now imagine flying direct from either Dallas or connecting through Dallas or Phoenix. I know a lot of Las Vegas folks connect through Phoenix. And now you come in and you fly direct to La Paz Airport. And I don't know, 5-10 minutes, you're there with us. We got you in hand. We're saying hello. We got you on the beach. We got you checked in. You haven't lost your whole day. You can still go play. You can still go have a nice dinner. You can go jump in the water and get all your fishing gear ready. You can get all fired up and get a good night's rest instead of having the 3 or 4 hours added on to your travel day. You're in, you're out. So much easier. There's some great prices right now. And from what I understand, this is American Airlines only right now, so hopefully other airlines will follow suit on this. But flights are really good, and they're going to do this from December to March. So get that straight, December to March. Then they're going to pick it up again in, I believe, May or June, and continue on through August or September. So December to March, and then again from May or June till about August. So these are prime times for us. So if you need to check with us, let us know. Send us an email. Get in touch with us. We'll hook you up. In the meantime, that's going to wrap it up for a really quick Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report. Again, wishing you all a safe, happy, peaceful holidays and Christmas. All things considered, take care of each other. Hug those close to you. Take care, and we'll get back to you real soon, hopefully after the holidays. This is Jonathan for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report. Take care. We're out.